as someone who spent about 2 decades on the front lines in sales and marketing across tech and auto, right? I've seen price wars pretty upfront, right? I sold media and advertising. Believe it or not, that also sells off a rate card more often than not. The Chinese market on EVs is right now in the next level when it comes to price wars. Shandong in eastern China were the number one dealership, in fact, for BYD with 1,200 plus employees. And one day they just shut down. And 20 such dealerships have since shut down, leaving over 1,000 customers stranded with no after sales service, no warranty. The staff also hasn't been paid in months. Seems like a recurring theme in the corporate world nowadays, not just in India, but everywhere else as well. Now, just as the dust was settling, BYD slashed prices across 22 different models, and the prices were slashed by a massive amount, right? From a 20% to a 34%. In fact, when this news came out, I actually checked how much a BYD seal actually cost in China versus here in India, and there was a significant delta there. Significant delta. While BYD stock tanked 17%, every other Chinese EV OEM also followed suit and actually ended up cutting prices as well, triggering an all-out price war in the market. Everybody remembers Evergrande, which is a Chinese property giant, and they were just using debt to expand more and more and more until it caught up with them and they actually ended up shutting down, right? It was a financial crisis in China that triggered a lot of ripple effects overall. And the Great Wall Motors chairman, remember Great Wall was about to enter India at one time. They didn't, obviously, because of the Chinese embargo, etc. Has mentioned that now the Evergrande in the automobile industry already exists. It's just not collapsed yet. Of course, BYD dismissed this. I continue to be a huge fan of BYD. I think their cars and products are absolutely amazing. But my view is it needs to be sold in a sustainable way at a sustainable price for the long term, right? These are, I think, in my view, knee-jerk reactions, but, well, they know better. Now, China has always had a track record of not interfering much in business, but the government had summoned BYD, Geely, Xiaomi, and other auto manufacturers, telling them it is not an ethical trade practice if you're going to sell under the cost price, which is very interesting because I've not heard of anything like this happening in any other industry in China. I don't read a lot about this. So I think where does that really leave us? We'll have to see what self-regulation the industry really brings to the table, or what is going to happen eventually is when the dust settles, it's going to be the survival of the fittest, and the fittest will not necessarily be in the best of health. So I think disruption is definitely exhilarating. Let's see what happens, and let me know what you think will unfurl in China and in India.